After a year of upheaval on the streets and uncertainty in the markets, it takes a brave person to predict what comes next. Oxford Analytica CEO Nader Moussavisadeh says he expects nothing less than fundamental change on multiple fronts.
2012 is really a year of a global reset. We're going to see a number of elections and changes of leadership. We're going to see the Eurozone, I think, really find its moment of truth. Either it does find a way to fund itself, or it doesn't, and it breaks up into 2 or 3 parts. We're going to see the Arab world and the Arab awakening settle, either in a new equilibrium, hopefully more responsive, more democratic, more legitimate equilibrium. But all of this, I think, is part of a broader trend, which 2012 really will identify, which is that countries and states are increasingly going to define their interests on their own, separate from old alliances, old unions, and we're going to see therefore more messy, more complex global architecture, with the key risks being more protectionism, more populism and nationalism, and potentially more conflict.
Moussavisadeh, who's also a columnist for Reuters, shared his views at a special event staged by Monocle magazine to discuss its predictions for the year ahead. Editor-in-chief Tyler Brûlé says there's one word sure to see its stock rise in 2012.
The word of 2012 is charm, and I think most businesses need to go on a charm offensive.
Brûlé says a fixation with cost-cutting has caused many businesses to forget the personal touch. He says the recent debate over the fate of British high streets highlights both the problem and a potential opportunity for aspiring entrepreneurs.
There's a rethink going on, and there's a rethink because we've seen the erosion of communities. And that erosion is not just in Newcastle, but it's in cities on the US West Coast, and it's happening in Canada and Australia, and it's happening in Germany, and pretty much, in most developed economies, we've seen the arrival of the big boxy shaped out-of-town store, and how that has challenged the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker.
But when it comes to the wider Eurozone crisis, Moussavisadeh says looking back to past precedents will not serve as a guide for what will happen next.
From a management perspective, you don't have the United States, just as we had back in 98, 99, in a position to lead and corral the global community around a response. Second of all, we are coming at a 20-year, end of a 20-year period of leverage, and the unwinding of that is coming at a time where there's less ability to globally coordinate that. And this is going to be a long deleveraging process. And that's why this financial crisis is as serious as it is, and why getting solutions executed is as hard as it is.
So sizable challenges along with some charming opportunities. 2012 begins with a real sense of momentous events ahead. Matt Cowan, Reuters.